Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne. I am Miss Retro89, and let us continue from where we left off. Now, we were looking for Little Red Riding Hood. So she's around here, so I'll just take a quick peek, see if we can't find her. She's one of the random elements of this game. And what that is... Oh, look, she's here. That's easy. Okay, let's talk to her. Tearfully, Little Red Riding Hood explains that someone stole her basket of goodies while she was picking a bouquet of flowers. Could you please help her find it? What would you know? We've got it. So let's give the goodies to girl. She'll be too far away there. No, no, no. Come to me. It won't hurt you. There. Gratefully, Little Red Riding Hood accepts the basket of goodies. In return, she gives you her bouquet of flowers. Well, thank you. And now she's skipping happily and doing wonderful. Anyways, as I was saying, is that she is a random element of this game, which means that certain characters and creatures appear in specified areas, but only at certain random times. So sometimes you'll find her first try, which I did, which is really weird, or sometimes you won't find them until your 50th try. Just a beautiful fairy floats down from the sky. Okay, hurry up. I hate the spell sound. The fairy starts to sprinkle fairy dust on you. Good King Ram, I am here to help you, she says. I give you a protective spell against certain evil elements. But beware, for it lasts only a short time. Well, thank you. So what you're supposed to do with these games is, unless you know what you're doing, you really need to figure out what to do. So a way to do that is to always look at your surroundings. This is an old monastery. The monks living here often help travelers in need. So that would tell you, okay, if I go inside, I can probably get help because I'm a traveler. So we'll go inside. Open. And we get some great music. Actually, the sounds in I apologize. The sounds in these games aren't the best, so I'm just going to turn it off. I'm sorry. It's terrible, and it's just screwing things up. So let's look. The chapel of the monastery is plain and unadorned. A monk in simple clothing is bent in prayer toward the cross on the altar. You can try to be more specific. We can look at a cross. The wooden cross is plain and simple. An altar of polished oak supports it. Let's look at the altar. There is a large wooden cross atop the oaken altar. Not so much in these games, but in the later games, looking at absolutely everything is going to be very useful, especially when it turns into point-and-click games as opposed to the text games we're playing now where you type things in. I know there's a term for that, and it's escaping me, of course. But anyways, let's look at our friend here. The monk is dressed in a simple ankle-length robe. A belt of thin leather is tied around his ample waist. He walks on worn sandals. So you can really see how much time they put into these kinds of games simply by just how much, if you look at certain things, you get descriptions and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll get some funny answers if you try something weird, like, I don't know if it'll let us, but you can't do that, at least not now. That's actually a pretty generic one. But in the later games, they seem to have added more things like that. So we will talk to the monk. You speak to the praying monk, but he does not respond. He seems deep in worship. Well, when in Rome, let's pray. You kneel near the altar. Bowing your head, you pray. The plump monk lifts his head from prayer and seems to notice you for the first time. He stands and asks your name. Oh, that would be Graham. The kindly monk explains that he has heard of you and your quest. Here is my cross. It will protect you from evil, he says. He removes the chain with the silver cross from around his neck and gives it to you. The monk then resumes his prayers. Now we can take a look at our inventory. We are carrying a bouquet of flowers and a cross. I should have done this before with the goodies, but I apologize. Now, if you look at something in your inventory, you get a description and a small picture. You see a shiny silver cross dangling from a silver chain. Notice how it says silver twice. That's kind of important, but we're going to wear it because that's what we do, and it gives us. You place the silver cross and chain around your neck and wear it as a necklace. Gives us 2 points. Now we can take a look at our flowers. The bouquet. The bouquet of wildflowers is very pretty. The sweet scent is delightful. Alright. So we can carry on. Now, I created a save game specifically for when we die, because I'm about to show another death that's kind of cruel. So you're walking along, doing your thing, nothing in the background looks evil. You fall and die. Whoops! King Graham has fallen into the chasm, ending his quest. Yep, that happened. That happens a lot. So you really have to be careful. When these games first came out, it was really common for people who were playing them to draw maps. I know I did. My friend and I would make all kinds of little maps. Say, okay, this is this green, this is this danger here, stuff like that. And that's almost part of the fun. For me, it was. I think that's just, you never have to do that with games anymore. They come with maps, so it was fun having to map things out and figure out the puzzles and stuff like that. That's why I really like adventure games. The bridge spanning the chasm seems to be unstable and tottery. Are you entertaining thoughts of crossing it? Yes, I am. There's something special about this bridge. Let me look at the bridge. Same thing. Is that you can only cross it a certain number of times. But instead of saying, this bridge looks like it would break after 7 crossing, Sierra is cruel in that if you watch our score as we cross this bridge, we get a point. Well, why wouldn't you just continue to cross the bridge to get points? Well, because after you cross the bridge 7 times, you will die. And there isn't really any warning of that. No one tells you. There's no hint, nothing. So if you do cross the bridge too many times, you have to start over. New game. So that's just another example of the cruelty of Sierra. We'll take a look. You are at the edge of the forest. There is a deep chasm to the west and a towering cliff to the east. And see here, it doesn't mention the fact that there's a door in front of you, which is kind of important. Let's look at it. This is a magical door. If you can open it, the door will lead you to your heart's desire. There is an inscription on the door. Great! Maybe it can lead us to our princess. Let's read this inscription. The inscription reads, "Whosoever chooses to seek the key for this door will undoubtedly make a splash." Well, making a splash would kind of indicate that there's water nearby, and when we first got to the land of, I'm going to pronounce it Colima. I'm not sure if that's correct. I'm sorry if it's not, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. When we first got here, there was a beach. Let's take a look. Many trees shade your way as you journey through the land of Colima. Pretty standard message. One of the trees seems to have a door. That looks like it could be important. But for now, we will leave it alone. Same message, so nothing important here. Oh no, the old hag Hagatha is nearby. You can hear her cackling and smacking her gums as she comes closer. She would love to have you for dinner, and I don't mean as a guest. Okay, can we quickly save? Because I think we still have the fairy spell, and I think it protects us from Hagatha. You have been caught by the hag. Fortunately, you were protected by a magic spell, so she left without harming you. So if that's one of those elements that can just kind of pop up, and if we didn't have that spell, we'd be dead. It's a bit of a different message here. The glittering white sand of the beach feels warm from the sun. The azure water of the ocean laps up to its edge. Which we will get for all of these screens, unless there's something important. Oops, sorry. You notice a rusty trident lying in the grass. Well, let's take the trident. You pick it up and carry it with you. The most infamous line in these games, and my personal favorite line in any video game. For the record, in case you were wondering. And nothing interesting here. Oh, right. Same message. I did it kind of fast, but it is the same message. You notice a pretty clamshell lying on the sandy beach. And if you can't see it, it's that white thing that will be right above us now. Right there. Let's take the clamshell. When you pick up the clamshell, you see that there was a sparkling sapphire and diamond bracelet under it. Great! Not the best place to hide your bracelets, but we're going to take it because who cares who it belongs to? It's a bracelet! Okay. And we got 7 points for that. There's a few treasures lying around, and you'll see where we can and can't use them. There's a stake leaning against a tree. Since we're here, I'm just going to grab this. You'll see why we need it later. Take stake. Take stake. Okay, let's look at the stake. Not the take, the stake. It appears to be an ordinary tent stake. Let's take a look at our bracelet. Since we're here. The bracelet looks like it would fit a small wrist. It is a circlet of diamonds surrounded by beautiful blue sapphires. It's a nice little bracelet we've got. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit more for today. And this is it. The glittery white... Oh, that's the same message, but there's a mermaid. We're too far away to look at her, I guess. But I'm just going to quickly save and see. I think we can drown if we don't swim fast enough. Gives you plenty of time to type swim, and I also think there's a hotkey for swim. I believe it's the equal key. You splash around in the water for a while, but seem to have seem to have forgotten how to swim. Unfortunately, you drown. Same message. But if you get in the water, type swim or hit the hotkey, you're good to go. I think if you swim too far out to sea, you might die, but don't know if we'll entertain that thought. Let's look at the mermaid. The mermaid has long flowing hair covering most of her upper body. The green scales on her fish tail are sparkling like emeralds as she slowly waves it back and forth. She beckons with her hand. The mermaid does not reply. She gives you a quizzical look and continues waving her fish tail. Now, as we all know from Disney's Little Mermaid, mermaids like treasures. Well, at least Ariel does. So, let's give this one a treasure. But if she's anything like Ariel, she won't want something that she can find under the sea. The bracelet might be nice, but something that's really unique to land is flowers. You graciously offer the beautiful bouquet of wildflowers to the mermaid. She loves the flowers. She then summons forth a magic seahorse. Maybe you could ride it. Perhaps. And she jumps into the water. Let's save here. So we're going to end the video here today. And next time, we'll see if we can ride the seahorse, where he'll take us, and we'll see if we cannot find a way to open that door and get to our princess. Until next time, see ya!